Hello, welcome to Dog Food with Katherine Abel, telling stories about dogs that feed the mind and spirit. It's been raining a lot around here. A lot. It rains. This is a rainy season for this area. And, of course, flooding. I mean, we have floods. We have floods like crazy. Pretty much every time it rains, someone's house floods. I mean, it's true. It's true. A lot of rain. And so we also have obviously a lot of land around here, a lot of empty land. This is a very rural area, Louisiana. And so the rain has flooded where I usually go walking in the woods. It's flooded to the extent, I mean, it's alligator deep. The trails where I walk they're 4 feet deep. I could not even. Sometimes when they're 3 feet, we'll muscle through them. But the cur does not like it. So it was just flooded too much. I mean, there could be alligators. That's serious and true. You could completely run into an alligator in a park up here. Yeah, you can. So I had to go to this other area, and I went to one of these wildlife refuges we have around here. I mean, they're massive, massive. One is 41,000 acres. One is 500 acres, and one we have is 64,000 acres. The one where I went to was 4,200 acres, and no one's ever there. You can go walk on the trails, and no one's ever there. I'm serious. It's. I don't even understand how that can happen. And they're gorgeous. Yes, there are a lot of snakes. That's completely true. God, we got snakes down here. I saw two. Did I see two snakes? No, but I've been seeing snakes every day. They are beautiful. They are so beautiful. I mean, the markings on a snake, and then the way they look when they're coiled up. I saw one that was coiled up. I think it was a rat snake or a water snake. You got to watch it because we got, water moccasins down here like crazy. Oh my gosh, and I've seen them, and boy, when you come upon one and you know it's a water moccasin, there's no doubt in your mind. And that thick body, they have this very, very thick body. And they are completely docile creatures, super, super shy. Snakes are very shy, and they will not attack you. They will not attack you. Animals get along. I mean, we all know that. Otherwise, we'd find quite a few animal corpses in the forest in the mornings, right? If they were, messing around and going to war, but they don't, do they? Animals don't go to war. You got bobcats, cougars, bears. These are apex predators. What else you got? We got all kind of things. Do we have badgers? I don't even know if we have badgers. Do we? I wonder if we do. Confirmed, we do have badgers. I don't know what we don't have here. We have all kind of animals. And everybody's getting along. All the animals are getting along. Just completely at peace. Coexisting. Thriving even. In the woods around here. So I had to go. Well, I didn't have to go. But I wanted to because I got to get my walk in. I got to walk the dogs. So I went to this other park. And nobody was there. It's wonderful. People don't walk their dogs around here. They don't. We don't walk our dogs. It's very rare when you see it. For one thing, in the winter, our 3 months of so-called winter, you can walk the dogs. You can walk your dog anytime, but if you're not in the habit of walking your dog the 9 to 10 months of the summertime that we have, I seriously doubt you're going to walk your dog for the 2 to 3 months of winter that we have. Yeah, people don't. You don't see them. So you have these vast tracts of land that are completely empty, perfectly quiet, only the sounds of nature, no machines, no nothing. And now in hunting season, you get a handful of men showing up and hunting, but not a lot. Not a lot, and that's public land. I mean, the wildlife, there's public land. So anyhow, we go to this park. I see this man. He's walking his dog, and he looks like he's trying to teach this dog how to walk on a leash. It's a big dog. I can't see. He's way down there, and we can't see. I don't know about you, but encountering dogs in a park is something that is wonderful. I love it when it happens. When I see another dog, I can't wait to talk to those people, meet that dog, hear all how they got the dog. I love it. I love it. Part of loving animals, being around other people who love animals. And we say we do here, but we don't know how to. We don't know how to. So anyhow, see this guy down there got everybody, and it's beautiful. 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. The weather, stunning weather. I mean, perfect. Sweatshirt. You can wear a sweatshirt the whole time. No mosquitoes. Yeah, it's flooded. You're going to get your feet wet, maybe up to your half leg or half your shin, up almost to your knees. But so what? It's not flooded, and it's gorgeous. The weather is beautiful. It's a phenomenally beautiful place to be. Louisiana has amazing flora and fauna. It is gorgeous here. I'm looking out my window right now, and I'm seeing pecan trees, oak trees, elm trees. There's just like this canopy. It's gorgeous. I hear the birds. I see in my yard the cardinals, hummingbirds, finches. What else do I have? Robins, mockingbirds, blue jays, sparrows galore. And we have animals, blooming, flowers. My roses are going crazy right now. So many wildflowers are blooming. So anyhow, I'm at the park, just having a wonderful time. I'm going to say it again because it's true. Nobody's ever there. Whenever I go, nobody's ever there. It's it's fantastic. But there's a leash law. You got to watch where you go. If you go in the woods, you got to make sure no one's out there, or you have permission, because there is a statewide leash law. And I will say, in this, what is this? This only in this area here, with what is this? Over 100,000 acres of public land. There's no off-leash area. None. Nowhere. We got these tiny. We're in Louisiana with these vast tracts of land, and we got these tiny dog parks. They quickly get torn up because we don't know how to act around here, taking our dogs to dog parks. There's one that's here. It's pretty. It's like, oh, look at our dog park. I'm not going to say where it is. And when it first, it's the only one around here. It's the only dog park. This is the only place you can go take your dog off leash. And it's not even half. They have one for the little dogs and one for the big dogs. They're next to each other, and they're not even half an acre. You can imagine a bunch of Southern people in a dog park with a bunch of hunting dogs. Mixed breed hunting dogs and mixed breed pit bulls. Yeah, I don't take my dogs up. Anyhow, so when the park first, opened, it was beautiful. I mean, just grass, the fountain work, the little pond was, and now it's like dirt. Looks like it's not too cute. It's not too cute. What are you gonna do? How do you do it? How you gonna grow grass when the dirt is constantly? And then you're going to fix the dogs. I guess I don't know how the water feature got torn up. But it's not repaired. Okay, so I'm in the park with 4,200 acres, and I'm the only one there until I see that guy. So he's down there. I don't know what kind of dog he's got, but I'm, looking forward to it. I'm thinking we're all dog lovers. We're out here. And, well, little did I know. So what happens? Gigi, my pit bull, gets off leash. I've got this pink leash, and if I'm standing there, spacing out, staring at something, it will loosen. It's just this casual leash. And, it's not meant to control. It's just, holding her. I love that leash. Anyhow, I look up, she's booking down the alleyway road, like a full blast, because she loves dogs. She loves dogs more than humans. She loves dogs. And so if she sees a dog, she wants to go. She wants to go introduce herself and be best friends. So that is what she proceeded. But she is a pit bull. I don't know. I've never had her DNA tested. She looks like one. I don't know if she is or not. So there she goes, booking it down there. And I mean, I'm waving, hey, she loves dogs. I'm like, I'm thinking, what? This is a civilized encounter, nothing to worry about. And he has a big dog. His dog is big. I see that dog about 70 pounds. And he's a tall man. He's about, I guess he's 5'11", gray-headed. I wave at him. Gigi's down there doing her thing, being friendly, and I can't hear what he's saying. And so I leave. I'm like, I'm so sorry, and I leave, and I go to the road. And so I start walking down there, and I'm calling Gigi. I mean, it's nothing. It's no big deal. She's the friendliest dog in the world, completely docile, and I mean, he has a dog. She won't come to me, and I walk. I have the other two, so I'm walking them. I mean, I know the situation. There's nobody in the park, and she is perfect. That pit is perfect. And so anyhow, I'm walking down. I'm calling her, and then I look back. And I see her jet across the street, or jet across the road, which should have been my clue. That should have been my clue right there. So I walk back. The guy comes across the little wooded area that divides the trail from the road. I see his dog, right? And he's got a walking stick with him. And I'm walking down like, hey, I'm sorry. And he starts yelling, and I'm like, hey, what's your, but we're far apart, okay? Hey, what's your, look, who do you have with you? Who's your dog? And he has a walking stick, and so he tells the dog, orders the dog, taps the dog with the stick to get down. So the dog cowers on the ground. Of course, Gigi's gone off, who knows? And my dogs were trying to be best friends, but that is not even happening. Because that guy goes off. And that dog is down on the ground. And that guy going off. He's like, do you know there's a leash? I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. And I thought he was going to have a heart attack. What was he, about 70 years old, tall, no muscle tone, a beer gut, and he's got a 70-pound dog with him. I don't know what he's trying to do. And so I said, this guy looked like I thought he was going to have a heart attack. And I said, you look like you're about to have a heart attack. And when I said that, he went off and he came at me with his walking stick like he was going to hit me. And I'm serious, man. This is 9:00 on a Sunday morning, walking our dogs, one of the most exquisitely beautiful days I've seen in a long, long time. And this guy he's enraged. He is completely enraged because rage is his full-time partner and best friend and confidant and you name it. Here's the dog he had with him. The dog, 70-pound dog, and this dog was young. You could tell, but this dog was young. A year and a half, something like that. Louisiana Catahoula leopard cur. At least half of that dog was Louisiana Catahoula leopard cur. And the other half was bull mastiff. I want to say bull mastiff. I don't want to say Cane Corso because that dog would not have been acting like that if he were half Cane, half Catahoula leopard, Louisiana Catahoula leopard. Because this dog was very jowly, and the Louisiana Catahoula leopard is not a jowly looking dog. And this dog had no confidence. This guy had no business with this dog. I've talked about Colby in Too Many to Mention, that short story from Wonderbringers. He's got Louisiana Catahoula leopard curs. That dog, this breed of dog is a lot of dog. They are magnificent. This is the state dog of Louisiana. These dogs are magnificent. They are a lot of dog. A serious, serious hunting dog. And territorial is all get out. Yeah, they'll take your leg off. I would never have a Louisiana Catahoula leopard cur. There's no way. I mean, in order for me to do right by that dog, what would I have? Okay, the perfect setup. If you've got say you get a purebred Louisiana, say you do, okay? Golly, can you imagine? Oh my goodness. What an amazing, first of all, if you decide and you know you can do right by this dog, you are in for one of the most amazing times of your life, because this is an incredible, incredible dog. High prey drive. Yeah, you need to be active. You need to be active because you're going to have to exercise this dog a lot. This dog is very, very smart, and he has to have a job. He has to have a job. You got to have that. You got to give that dog a job. Okay, so if I had, ideally, wouldn't it be, oh gosh, you know what? It would be great to have just that dog. One dog. I couldn't even imagine what that would be like. One dog. But you can't. You wouldn't want to do that. You got a big dog, high prey drive, territorial. You gotta give that dog a pal. You have to civilize him, especially that particular breed. So what would I do to civilize that dog, or to bring some civilization into the home? Because you got it to do with that one. He's going to be eager to go. You need to exercise this dog. They have these I don't know what they're called. These like dog biathlon things. There's one that's super it's getting really famous, and people are really doing it. It's in Alabama. That's right. It's the United States U.S. Canine Biathlon in Anniston, Alabama. This is a perfect. This is what this dog should be doing all the time. If you're not hunting this dog, even if you're running this dog in the woods or an hour and a half a day, and you have provided at least an acre of land and with a great deal of interest, not just a blank acre of land. I'm talking about this particular dog. This is how you do right by this dog, because he's super smart, okay? Now, you got a Yorkie, you got an acre of land. No, you don't need to go around planting trees, but you got to provide some interest. The dog just can't have flat land. You got to provide a great environment, something that promotes interest. Hope you do it for yourself too. Hope you plant stuff in your yard. It's fun, inspiring, nice. All right, so this thing has come on. I remember when it was just starting out. This thing has gotten fancy now. It's something else. You take your dog and you are going, here it is. It features more than 40 plus purpose-built obstacles over varied terrain, including forest, sand, and water. It's a 4+ mile event run by teams of human and dog. This is a perfect event for a hunting dog. Oh my gosh. Or any kind of a herding dog. Corgi, even a little corgi, a Chihuahua. Chihuahua would love this. Chihuahua would love it. You should go see this site. What's it called? U.S. Canine Biathlon. Fantastic thing for the cur. The cur would love that. Running, jumping, leaping, competing. A cur dog has no problem competing. They love to compete. They're very natural competitors. What does that tell you? That's a lot of dog. All right, so if I had a cat, so I'd have to, there's no way I could have just one dog. Not with a cur. You can't. You got to make your life easy. So I'd have a pit bull, of course, because I have one like the one I have, the stocky ones, the squatty, stocky ones that are prone to being overweight. Those are the most chill pits I've ever seen in my life. Mine naps as much as a cat, okay? That would be a perfect dog to have with any cur because they're evenly matched. the bonus of that is that the pit is a lot stronger than the cur. And curs are smart. They know. I'll tell you, I take Gigi around with me, my pet, and other dogs just know. They just know. I mean, she is so confident. It is and chill. Everybody gets along with her. There are no issues ever, ever. Okay, so there you go. You gotta. This is what this guy needs to do right by this puppy. This 70-pound puppy that he has gotten, that he is teaching to cower down for some reason. All right, so that's what I would do. Catahoula leopard, pit bull. Yep, that'd be a good mix. Really good mix. That's a lot of exercising you got to do. That's a lot of exercising. Okay. So what kind of dog does this guy need? He does not need any kind of cur. Because they're a lot to handle, and you know what? They're going to argue with you. They're lippy. They're sassy. They got a mind of their own. They're incredibly smart. God, I love them. Their confidence. They're cocky. Curs. They're a lot of dogs. They're excellent, incredible dogs. They're not city dogs. These are country dogs. All right. So what kind of dog is this? And he has this dog. I don't know why this guy has this dog. Well, yes, I do. Because that dog is very scary looking. Curs are scary looking. So he's got this dog for ego. And he's enraged. This guy's enraged. He lives in a state of anger. And what happened? So he probably had a very successful life. I think, you know what? He worked hard. He's one of those guys. You can tell he worked hard his whole life. Had a bad haircut. Doesn't know how to get a good haircut. Lacks style. But a hard-working guy. I bet that guy just worked from the time he was 14 years old until his body said, you can't do it anymore. No muscle tone with a 70-pound dog. And he's mad. All right. And the dog, I mean, he's pulling. The cur dogs, they're strong. They're strong dogs. So that was not a good situation. Why was that guy enraged? Well, he probably has heart problems. I mean, he probably does. If me saying, you look like you're going to have a heart attack, set him off like that, then other people are telling him, you're getting too mad. You're gonna have a heart attack. I mean, this guy knew it. To do that with a stranger, and like, what was he gonna do? Beat my head in? I don't know. I've got a pit bull, a blackmouth cur, and a lab mix. No, he's not. He wasn't stupid. And they love me. I'm their world. Especially that pit, that one there. I've told y'all, and I'm gonna tell it again. She just has a depth to her character and a level of intelligence and problem solving that my other two don't have. And she has a level of loyalty too, and the kindness in her. She's just something else. And man, she loves me. I had to have some people come over to my house to look at some stuff, to do some work on it. And I had this area blocked because I don't, and she jumps on you, right? She jumps on you. Because I like her jumping on me. I need to figure it out. How do I let her jump on me but not jump on anybody else? And so, and this is not, we're not dog friendly around here. People don't like dogs jumping on. They're not go, hey, who's your dog? It's like, can you put your dog up? That's what happens around here. And so I had the area blocked off. And by golly, she figured out how to get through there and get back there with me. So that I was not alone with that man. That's just has nothing to do with her being a pit bull. It's just her character. The character of this dog. And then she has all that other stuff that comes along with her breed. She's snoring right now. She's totally, completely snoring. And if I were to wake her up, she'd pass gas. Oh, yeah. She's living the life of Riley. All right, so anyhow, the guy goes off on me. Then what happens? I'll walk off. I mean, he's going, screaming, hollering. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a gorgeous day. Tell me about your dog. So I walk off, and of course, eventually the pit comes to me because she loves me. But she ran off. She did not stay with that guy. That should have given me a clue right there. Because she would have stayed with the dog, to be with the dog, not to necessarily be with that man. But so she was just going off. So she knew that there was a bad vibe. And so it made me start thinking about rage, and having a hair trigger rage, what that guy has and he lives with, and and you can't, and you think, oh, I can get mad about this. No, you really can't. You can't. You can't get mad. You can't get mad. Period. You have to eliminate it from your life. You cannot get mad because rage it takes over. It takes over every aspect of your being. It invades everything. Reason leaves the building. Really and truly it does. Because you're not reasoning from a point of true rationality if if you're an angry person. You're not. How can you be generous and enraged? How can you be compassionate and enraged? I guess you can go read a greeting card and find out how to do it. But most people who are angry don't realize that guy. He doesn't even realize. Maybe, I don't know, because the way he got mad about the heart attack comment. He's had people tell him that before. But you can't see. Rage just blinds you. You think you're right and everyone else is wrong. It's everyone else's fault. It's never your fault. Anger it's no good. It's gotta go. It's gotta completely go. What's interesting about dogs, because this of course made me think about dogs, which, I do that all the time. How they are with us, what a gift they are. And how they interpret or don't interpret, how they go with the flow. Because if the dog lives with the human being who is angry all the time, the dog does not become depressed or angry. And I've seen angry dogs. The anger in a dog does not last long. But my gosh, do you know what you have to do to a dog to make a dog mad? You gotta, yeah. But they grieve. But these emotions never linger in the dog. They don't stay and dominate the life of the dog. I think they just blow it off, and they're just a companion. Like that dog was doing the best he could to please that man. And that man who wants legendary Louisiana Calahoota leopard cur dog. I mean, if you have one of those dogs, you need to rejoice in the beauty and everything, even what might be considered problematic in that dog breed. Gosh, I just love every bit of it. The confidence, the courage. That dog is fanatically courageous. I mean, that dog breed there's something else. Gosh, if you are fortunate enough to choose to have a dog like that in your life, that breed, wouldn't you want to help that dog be all he or she could be? All right, so how would you do that? How would you do that and you would do it differently. Seriously, I would do it differently if I had a Catahoula leopard. How could I make that dog be all that dog could be? And I'm not hunting. I don't hunt. So what would I do? Okay, I'd have a big yard, and I would have to take that dog walking all the time. But you got to do a little bit more, because that breed, you would have to, in order to do right by that dog, you'd have to, I don't know if I could do that biathlon stuff. That dog would love that. So maybe I could do the dock diving. If you guys have not seen dock diving, that is, but you know what? The cur dogs, they're not serious water dogs. So, but please look at dock diving. Look up Belgian Malinois dock diving, and see if you can see if you can get one that's in slow motion. Truly a sight to see. The majesty, power, agility of the Belgian Malinois. I mean, leaping. Oh gosh. So the current, no, you couldn't do that. So I would have to, yeah, commit to the biathlon because that is right up a Kerr's alley. I mean, first the traveling, get riding in the car, boom, go to Alabama or going wherever these things are, and then doing all that with oh boy, I guess I would. I guess I would just be a biathlon person. I made these documentaries on like different stuff that people do to exercise their dogs. They don't even do it to exercise their dogs. They do these. They have all these functions, all these marvelous functions, or I don't know what you're going to call them, competitions or gatherings, just so people can just so people have an excuse to hang out with their dogs and other dogs, like duck herding. That's one. A lot of people do that. Of course, the agility is huge, huge. Dock diving is huge. I wonder what else there are. What other kind of events? What other kind of events there are? There's so much stuff out there that people can do with their dogs. If you could spend time with that dog, gosh, that is so rewarding. So rewarding. And they're incredible, right? I mean, they're super strong, super smart, and they're a sight to behold. Their coats are works of art, truly. No, that was not the dog for that guy. And you know what? It was because I see that too. People get these big old dogs, and they're afraid of them. They're afraid of them. I mean, that's an aggressive. Where we go, oh, it's not an aggressive. No, territorial, and I don't know. Territorial actually is not aggressive, but territorial dogs are, yeah, they're something else. Something else. Yeah, I'm looking at these dog breeds, the stuff to do with your dogs, and most of it is going in the park and sitting down and being with other humans and their dogs. Which, not with Curry, not gonna do that. Pit bull, I guess you can. With the one I have, of course, you got to extra. Once you get the exercising done, smart boy. Catahoula leopard curs are smart. So they're frustrating, right? You got to have a lot of you got to have a lot of patience with a smart dog because they're a lot of times they're out in front of you. You know, they get ahead of you and they outthink you. So isn't that to be celebrated? Shouldn't we behold that and stand back in awe that we get to see it, witness it? They're so amazing, truly. All right, so what kind of dog should that guy have? He's enraged. Lonesome. Yeah, who wants to be around him? He's mad all the time. Got that big old dog. That dog is huge. I would give him, so because he likes aesthetics, because the dog was beautiful, show-stopping, huge show-stopping dog. So he likes aesthetics. Well, you can go to the Morehouse Humane Society Animal Shelter. Those are some of the most beautiful dogs I've ever seen in my life. You go there and do that. Those dogs are coming from the street, and some of them have some of them you need to be a savvy. And there are a lot of big dogs. That's what you're going to find in shelters, guys. Big dogs. 90% big dogs. People don't get rid of their little dogs. And they're not afraid of them. They're not afraid of them. They're not afraid of them. A corgi. That guy, he would do well with a corgi. A corgi, but he wouldn't do a corgi because but a corgi, you talk about, that is a statement, a status dog, if you ask me. One of the smartest dog breeds in the planet. The Queen's dogs, and herder extraordinaire. I mean, smart. Corgis are, they can probably teleport like a cat. They got that much intelligence. No, he wouldn't want that. He'd want a bigger dog. So what would you, I don't know. An older dog. Would that guy like an older dog? Which would be what he would need because you could mill around walking. But he wanted that. He wanted that Louisiana Catahoula leopard cur. And what else was in there? Bull mastiff or something. Some kind of big old jowly dog. I can only hope and pray that the mother to this giant dog was in fact the bull mastiff and not the other way around. And Gigi, she's like, hey, I came to be best friends, but you don't want to be, so I'm out of here. And you got a weird vibe, dude. I don't like it. But I'm keeping an eye on my mama. Bye. I'm not a dog trainer, so I don't know how to train your dog. I'm not a dog trainer. But sometimes my pet's sitting, I have to train them how to leash walk. And so here's how I train a dog to walk on a leash. And this is a dog who's never walked on a leash, and they're thrilled. They can't wait, right? But they don't know what it is. So you walk them. You need to go early in the morning. You got to walk if it's summertime, you walk your dogs early or late. So here's how I do it. And it is nobody ever told me how to do it. I didn't look up any YouTube videos. This may be completely incorrect, but it's a gentle, kind encounter for both of us, and it's effective. All right, so the dog can't walk on the leash. The dog's going nuts. They don't know what they're doing, jumping all around. You're trying to get the leash on the collar, jumping around like crazy. Once that is accomplished, you get outside, and then you let them walk a little bit because they're going crazy nuts. And then you stop. If they start pulling on that leash, you just stop. And you have got to be in a very, very good headspace. You can't get mad at the dog. You cannot lose patience. And it is not a peaceful process, quite frankly, because the dog does not know what he or she's doing, doesn't know what you're doing, has no idea what that thing is you've connected to their neck. But you got a good vibe, and they know you're the pet sitter. So, and you're doing something they don't ever do. Go outside their home with a leash. So you stop, and that's it. The first time you stop, you ignore the dog. You don't look down, and the dog's just standing there going, "What?" But you do not look down at the dog. And then when the dog as soon as the dog stops pulling on the leash, you wait 2 seconds and you start walking again. 1, 2. You start walking again. You don't say anything. This entire deal is in complete silence. And there's no contact. You make no physical contact with the dog. But you're sitting there giving really good vibes, sending beautiful thoughts. And you're in a happy mood. You're totally happy. You're completely content. And you're exactly where you want to be. You want to be right there with that dog who has no idea how to leash walk. All right, so you stop the dog walking around. Okay, that's what you do. You just keep doing it. You stop. But by the third time, you can look down at the dog and just smile. And that's it. You don't have to talk. You don't have to say anything. You can talk if you want to. And then it usually takes 5 times. By the 5th time, the dog knows how to walk on a leash. You don't have to hit the dog, pull the collar, nothing. It's standing, being peaceful, and being happy to be exactly where you are. That's it. No stick, no nothing required. And it works. But it takes, I'm telling you, it's like, oh yeah, the way I said it, no, let me tell you something. It's not easy because the dog's going insane. You got an appointment you got to get to, and it's, you're going above and beyond, but you love dogs and you want that dog to be able to walk on a leash, so the family will do it and hopefully walk her because she deserves to be walked. She's precious, and guess what she got in her? She got a hunting dog in her. So you got to exercise a dog who's got a hunting dog in him. And that's it. You might look down, hey, you're so good. You are so beautiful. You are so smart. You're the perfect dog. I love being right where I am. And then the second day, they will forget. So you've got to start all over again. And it only takes 3 times on the second day. On the third day, you're good to go. And that's how I train dogs to walk on a leash. And I do it in the mornings because it's really quiet. Birds are singing. It's just peaceful, beautiful. Of course, not hot. I wonder who told him how to train a dog like that, to do that. A lot of people do that. You don't ever need to hit a dog to teach a dog anything. You don't need to hit anyone to teach anyone anything. If anyone is wrong, you don't need to hit that person, that child, that dog. You just need understanding and compassion. Because he's just trying to listen. And that dog with that man, he just wanted to please the man. The dog they want to please us. That's what they want to do. They want to please us. That's what makes them happy. That's what makes them happy. Making us smile, making us laugh. Order. Dogs like order. They like a routine. You know what he could? You know what he really would need? A min pin. That guy would love a miniature pinscher. That'd be a great dog for that guy. Totally sassy. What a package. That is the coolest looking little dog. And feisty. That'd be a great that guy listen, would be so comforted by that miniature pinscher. They're beautiful dogs, black and tan, that sleek coat. I wonder if they're probably not even shedders. Listen, a car sheds. Yes. A car sheds. Hey, can I tell you this? Like crazy. Yeah. I'm willing to share that information with you. So he could have a miniature pinscher and he could ride, and that dog could sit in his lap and be sassy and talking, because those dogs are so smart, and he could be proud. They're very masculine looking. Miniature pinschers are very masculine looking, but they're super smart. I almost said they can be controlled more easily than a cur, but is that the point of the dog training, to control your dog? I mean, what does that even mean? Control your dogs? Why do you need to control your dog? I guess that, because he said that, control your dog. I'm like, she's having the time of her life, sir. She just got off the leash, and and would she would she come to me? No, she would not come to me. And I was laughing. It was funny. I mean, I was in a good mood, even after he was like trying to knock me in the whatevers with his walking stick. Control your dog. So I don't know. I mean, is that what you do with your kids? You're controlling your kids? Or what is it? It's a nice way of saying control. Teach them manners. Teach civility. Is that a control mechanism? Manners. Control your dog. I don't know why that doesn't sit well with me, but it doesn't. Why would you want to control your best friend? You don't want to control your best friend. Yeah, you want them to come when you need them to come. That's absolutely true. And they will. They'll come. They'll come when you really need them to. Even my dogs do that. They can tell in your voice when you need to come. So what do you want? What did that guy want? You need to know before you bring a dog into your home. Why are you getting a dog? Why are you bringing a dog into your home? What has motivated you? The pet overpopulation? If it's a pet overpopulation problem, if that's your motivation, really and truly, don't get a dog. Don't let your bleeding heart go. No. So why would you would bring a dog into your home? Well, I don't even know why I would. I grew up with dogs and cats in my home. I don't ever remember a time when there was not a dog or a cat. So for me to not have a dog or a cat in my home would be really weird. I wouldn't. It would be weird. I wouldn't. I don't think I could ever do it. So why do I have dogs and cats? Well, I'll do the cats first. I have the cats because I like looking at cats. They are so incredibly elegant and mysterious and independent and sarcastic, and they're great predators. I'm not going to have any mice chewing my wires. Not in my house. Look, I've got Stanley on the desk right now. He's got gold eyes. That's the one somebody, who knows what happened, how he got. Somebody just dumped him. He sat in my, I can't remember if I told y'all this. When I got him, who did I have in the car? I had my big black dog and I had a little dog with me. And Stanley got in the car and sat on the console on the elbow rest the whole time home like a dog. He is the coolest cat. So why did I get Stanley? I got Stanley. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I felt sorry. Somebody dumped him. So that's why I got Stanley. And Jaja, same thing. She was dumped. But why did I? Because she is stunning. She's a black and white tuxedo cat. She is stunning. She's very interesting. Just to watch. So that's why I have cats, to watch and to love. I like them in my home. And they're beautiful. They're just so beautiful. I love their stillness. They calm me down. Cats calm me. Cats have a very calming effect on me. And so Kissy was the cat that I got her in celebration of publishing The Depth of Dogs. Gerald has tabby cats, and I got her. She's perfect. Oh gosh, so beautiful and delightful. And so why would I get a dog? Why would you get a dog? If you've never had a dog, why would you get a dog? And nobody, like, why did that guy get that dog? He might have had a buddy who had the litter. I mean, I don't know why he got that big old dog. Ego. It was ego. I mean, he wanted that dog. Look, I got this dog. Does he understand that that dog was a companion? No, he didn't. He doesn't. He didn't get that. You don't. You don't hit your companion. You know. But we're taught that around here with animals. You can't. I'm not judging that guy because I know what he's been taught. I know that man, and I don't hold anything against him. I hope that the mysteries of that breed are revealed to him, and he sees how wonderful and magnificent that dog is, who he has, that somehow he does. That'd be a miracle. You know that? How could that happen? How could that happen to that man? I don't know, because the dog is already like cowering down. If you were with someone and you go into their home and into their backyard or wherever, or you go inside to greet the house and you know that there are dogs and the dogs cower down on the ground, and it's not fearful. It's just like they go down on the ground immediately. Okay. Right on right on all fours. That's because the owner in that, can you believe it? I mean, we can't own dogs. We don't own humans. We don't own dogs. We don't own cats. We don't own turtles. That owner yeah, whatever. You can't help it. We have to change the way we talk. You know that? All right, I'm going to start doing it. That family, that man is afraid of that dog. Whereas if our friend with the walking stick and the 4,200 acres on the Sunday morning had that miniature pinscher, that is a dog complete. Yes, the dog has a high prey drive, but I mean, he would laugh. That dog makes you laugh. Those little dogs, I got to admit, little dogs, they make you laugh for some reason. You'll get tickled. You just get tickled with them. So that's the kind of dog he needs to have. That dog would put a smile on his face. That dog he has stresses him out. He has no business with that dog. It's making him, that dog is making him madder. And the dog knows it. But the dog is not affected, is not mentally, psychologically, or spiritually affected by that man's intense rage. Dogs who live in homes where the people are mentally ill, they're not affected by the mental illness. The mental illness does not seep into their psyche and infect them like it does with humans. Humans who live in an environment where the person is enraged all the time, they walk on eggshells. They never know what to say. They become quiet. It affects the human being. But the anger, the depression, the insanity, the dementia, it does not put the dog in a bad mood or send the dog into depression. The dog just sits there and is right there with you. Right there with you. You know what I bet, though? I bet if you had a gorilla or a monkey in the same environment, I bet it would show itself in some way with the monkey, due to the way monkeys are. Which, by the way, I need to go ahead and tell y'all that Dad got BB a swimming pool. So if you want to go check out BB in his swimming pool, I completely suggest that you do it, because I don't know who's having more fun, Dad or BB. So why do you get a dog? Do you get a dog because everybody around you has a dog and it's like, get a dog? You know what? Surprisingly, rats make fantastic pets. They make awesome pets. People who have rats as pets love the rat. And the rat has an amazing, amazing personality. That guy couldn't have had a rat as a pet. It would have freaked him out. But think about that. A rat is a good pet. If you want a companion and you're not going to exercise and you want a companion that's a lot of company, make you laugh, snuggle with you, look into a rat. Rats are, and looking at videos, you'll see they are phenomenal pets. They do not require the time and attention that a dog does. Dogs require time. They do. I'm so glad. That's one of the perks of them, that they require attention. Because when you get to wait on a dog, my gosh, that's a calming, wonderful experience. Helping a dog chill, helping a dog live to his or her fullest ability. Strong muscles, strong mind, confident. Things happen to us in life that completely unexpected. Sometimes those unexpected things seem to be unrelenting, but they are not. There's always the reprieve. There's always the sunshine. There's always a new day. There's always hope. It's not this life that we get to engage and participate in is not a dead-end road. It's not. The road goes on forever. Twists and turns, and along the path, so many beautiful things to see, to experience. And if you have anger on you, you need to do everything you can to get that out of your life, out of your life, out of your husband's life, out of your wife's life, your children, your dogs, your horses, your chickens, your pigs. Just get rid of it. And you know good and well. It'll take you some time. How do you do it? How do you do it? Well, first of all, you admit, I have a lot of anger riding on me. You gotta admit it. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's just part of the human experience. You've been overwhelmed too many times to count, and you didn't know how to manage it. And so the result, because of your disappointments, because of the confusion, because of not knowing what to do, where to go, how to relate, how to talk, how to think, how to do, how to be. It's tricky, isn't it? You just got to take a step back and don't let anger come in. So there it is. You admit it, you got it. Okay? Boom. It's time to get rid of it. You got a lot of life to live. And life wants you to live. And so when you're driving, because that's when it comes up, doesn't it, boy? It shows up when you're in your car by yourself, when you're driving. Stop it then. If you can stop getting mad at other drivers, and you know exactly what I mean, those explosions you have. That guy has explosions. He explodes when people cut in front of him. They're not going fast enough to suit him. Is that what you want to be? 70 years old on a gorgeous Sunday morning, walking your magnificent dog, and you can't even take note of all the beauty in your life or around you because you got rage riding you so hard. And you probably had arthritis. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know if this was his daughter's dog and she dumped the dog on him. We don't know why this guy has this dog. We know that he was trying to the best of his ability. But we do know that he's afraid of the dog. If you're afraid of a dog, you don't want that dog. Don't get a dog you're going to be afraid of just because you think it's a status symbol. Wouldn't you rather have somebody you can spend time with and laugh and snuggle and talk to and be with? Doesn't that sound fun? You can have a dog. A dog can do that for you. You don't need to get up. What are the status symbol dogs? Of course, the Louisiana Catahoula leopard cur. That's a status symbol. Pits. What else? German shepherds, huskies. We got a ton of huskies around here. This is Louisiana. They are ice dogs. We got a ton of them. Yeah. What else are? Cane Corso, total status. Akita. Why do you want a big dog like that? Those are big dogs. But some people love big dogs. And I'll tell you that it is so much fun and such a chilling experience. I mean, I'm talking chill time, not chilling as in scary. To go to somebody's house who loves big dogs, so they don't have one big dog. They're going to have 2 or 3 big dogs. Bull Mastiff, Great Danes, St. Bernards. Oh, yeah. The house never gets clean. Who cares? You get to go over there and be with, this is their trip, not ours. It's fun. Big dogs are cool. And they're so huge. It's crazy how huge they can be. So I would ask you to please think very, 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 very hard and long about why you want a dog. Why are you getting a dog? Is it 1,000% necessary? Would you enjoy a rat more? Perhaps. I think ultimately, this day and age, if you are a normal human being living a normal life, you go to work, you come home, you want a dog. I think protection, yeah, companionship and protection. Yes, I think those are the two big things, or just companionship. If you get a little dog, and because maybe you have a desire to nurture another life, and you want to get a dog. What would I do if I wanted to get a dog? And I'm just normal. I'm not me. I know all these shelter things and all this rescue stuff. I guess I would have in mind. You probably see something on television, or you see an ad, or see a person with a dog. So I guess, start looking at breeds, dog breeds. That'd be the first thing. I'd go to a shelter. I mean, dog breeders, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but the shelters are filled with some of the coolest looking dogs we've ever seen. I mean, cool, fine, healthy, and they're healthy. Just because you get a dog from a breeder does not mean that dog is going to be healthy. I'd rather have a healthy dog, one that wakes up feeling great every single day. Never, ever have to take to the vet, only for vaccinations. So companionship. I would have the dog for companionship and protection. You could totally get a miniature pinscher, because the miniature pinscher is going to bark. So you have the protection element. And big dogs are fun because of their size. It's fun to pet them. You get to hug them. You can hug little dogs too, but boy, big dogs, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just a big dog girl. I like big dogs. I like the way they feel. I like the way they look. I like the way they sound. I like watching them. The pit in the woods today, I could not believe how far and high she leapt. They surprise me every single time I'm out with them. The level of their intelligence, their awareness and consideration of me. They are so good. They're so good. So eager to please me, eager to be with me. It's all they want. It's all they want is just to love me. That's it. Hang out with me. Time. That's what they want from me. My time. So how much time do you have? Do you have a lot of time? Dogs are going to take time. They just do. Especially if you want to do right by them. So how much time do you have? Friend, if you're working from 7 a.m., leaving the house at 7, and you don't get home till 6 p.m., of course you want a dog. You can't have one, though. That's not a life for a dog. Cannot do that. Even if you have a yard. Even if you have a yard and 3 dogs, that's not a life for a dog. But you want the dog because the dog is more active and friendly. I mean, the dog is such a companion, so animated. Talk to you, listen. You get the impression that dog's really listening to you. I don't know. Maybe you could get an older dog. That's not a lifestyle for a dog. But you want a pet because it is lonesome. I get it. You're working all that. You need companionship. And sometimes you don't feel like going out. You want to just hang, but you don't want to be alone. What would I get? Like that guy, he would be a great candidate for a snake. He could be saying, look at the snake I've got. But then, I don't know anything about snakes. Where do you keep the snake? I mean, how much area does a snake need? I think a snake would need a lot of area. I have no idea. I think I'd get a rat. Listen, you should get a rat because you can make a big enough cage where it would be like a mansion, so you wouldn't and you could put all kind of stimulating stuff in there. Maybe if you got 2 rats, if you got 2 rats, they would never be lonesome. So you might need to look in rats. That is a great pet for people who work all the time. You don't have to walk the rat. I don't think you have to walk the rats. They have to have exercise, of course, but I think you can put the wheel. They have all these really cool looking wheels and exercise things they can get on. Yeah. Rat. You need to think about rat. And look, a lot of y'all are creeped out. And I'm not being sarcastic because there was this lady and she found this rat. And so she had this Instagram account and she would make this lady loved this rat. He eventually died after living a long, long time. He was utterly coddled, adored, just treasured this rat. Had a cool little house. She loved that rat. At first it was creepy, but then it was not. It's like, could I have a rat as a pet? I don't know. Maybe I could. maybe I could. If I'm 125 years old and I've got to live in an apartment in Tokyo, one room of 200 square feet or 50 square feet, yeah, I'm gonna have a rat as a pet. I am. And a rat, if you had the rat as a pet, you could totally take that rat. You can train a rat. Rats are very smart. You could take that rat with you all the time, everywhere, which would be incredibly cool. And you could teach that rat not to come out in certain places. If you're at a restaurant, you'd be like, you got to stay in there, rat. Yeah, I could totally have a rat as a pet. I got to get used to it. I'd have to go over to somebody's house and look at their pet rat first. I have to do that. See if I could do it. That tail, pretty weird looking, I tell you. But I've also seen how affectionate and loving they are. So it's something to think about. You don't have room, you don't have a lot of time, but you are a kind and loving person, and you crave companionship because your work demands so much of your time and attention. A rat, not a snake. Snakes they're not really good companions. They don't hang out with you. You can't talk to them and look a snake in the eye and think, hey, we're connecting here. Dogs, cats, possums. Possums make fantastic pets, but I think you would need to live in the country if you had a possum. I don't know how much exercise. Why would you want to cage a possum? I could never do that. What else kind of pet could you have? And that guy, our southern guy from the park, he would love having a rat. Saying, look, I've got a rat. He would be completely unique. But would he love the rat? No, he would not love the rat because he did not love that dog. He did not love that dog. And let me tell you something. It's not his fault, guys. It's not his fault. Well, it's not his fault. I'm not judging that man. Even though he's tried to whack me in the head, I'm not judging him. I was completely safe, calm, and at peace. Nothing was going to happen to me, him, or any dog there. A Maine Coon, because the guy who wants to make a statement, that dog is a statement dog. So a Maine Coon is a statement cat. So that cat is high need. You got to be ready to. That's an amazing. A Maine Coon is an amazing companion animal. They're almost like a Siamese. They're so friendly and loving, interesting, active. Guy's probably not a cat person. Birds, no. Birds, Turtles, you know what? He could have a turtle. I don't know what these people have. They're getting these tortoises now. Tortoises live over 100 years. I wonder how they're managing that. And believe me, they are. These people who have these tortoises love them. They've made these plans. But, I mean, how can you be sure? A tortoise lives 100. Wouldn't that be cool if you could make a documentary of a tortoise who started out in this family and has lived almost 200 years, and the tortoise has been part of the inheritance. Each generation has inherited the tortoise, and now the tortoise is massive. Tortoises are massive creatures, but I think they don't. I don't think they can. You can't house train them. I don't think you can house train them. So there's waste right there. I guess you could have, but who wants that? You're sitting there. I don't know what, watching all of a sudden turtle. What? No, they're not house trainable. What else? A rat? You can totally house train a rat. Yes. I want people to consider rats. I want y'all to look up videos on pet rats. You will be astounded, amazed, perhaps enchanted. So please do consider rats for your next pets. I think they'll be wonderful. So what kind of pet does that guy need to have? He needs something, guys. We can't leave him alone. He needs something or somebody, even though he's in a rage all the time. That's what I'm giving him. I'm giving him the miniature pincher. He would love that dog. That dog is a statement dog. Feisty, smart, phenomenal companion. Oh my gosh, those dogs are so loving and fun. Truly. Little athletes. And with that dog, you don't need to be the athlete as well. That little dog will go run full blast and then come right on back to you. Yes, I can see that guy laughing right now in my head. He's laughing at the antics of his miniature pincher. And since we're going into a fantasy, I'm going to go full on. And as he left that day, in his rage, he was still mad. He went somewhere. Where did he go? He went to go have breakfast, and he left the dog in the car because it was beautiful. You could leave the dog in the car with the windows rolled down. Perfect. And then while he was there, somebody said, "Oh, is that your dog?" And he said, "Yes, it is." And then they got to talking, and the person said, "That's a lot of dog." And the guy was like, ready to admit it because He had become enraged, out of control, enraged, which, you know what it was? Exhausting. How many of you have gone full on rage and then gotten that rage hangover? So he's tired, vulnerable, ready to be convinced. So the person talking to him is a true dog lover in my fantasy. So he tells about, maybe touches on the wildness of the woman at the park with the uncontrollable female pit bull. And then they get to talking, and the guy says, "Oh yeah, I just bought a place here, 20 acres. I've been looking for a dog like that." And then he finally gets the dog because the guy, he didn't want that dog anyhow. So now the cur has a fantastic home and is going to become the dog he was created to be. Bold, courageous, confident, loving, outrageous, a running fool. All right, we're going to end it on that. Thank y'all very much for being here and listening to me. I enjoy it. I think about y'all. I do. When I'm planning these podcasts, thinking about what I'm going to say. They take time, take a lot of thought, these podcasts. Dogs are a very serious thing with me. I treasure them. I want to do right by them. Every word out of my mouth that I speak of them. I hope my podcasts make you think and relax you. And they do that for me. This has been Dog Food with Katherine Abel. Thank you.